My husband said I was crazy for thinking his mom had a key to our house. Then I installed cameras and watched her walk in every Tuesday while we were at work. It started with small things. A coffee mug in the sink that neither of us remembered using. The living room pillows arranged differently than how I'd left them. My shampoo bottle moved from the left side of the shower to the right. When I mentioned it to my husband, he'd laugh it off. "You're probably just forgetting," he'd say. "We're both so busy lately." But I wasn't forgetting. I started taking photos of rooms before leaving for work. The bathroom counter with my makeup exactly where I'd placed it. The kitchen with dishes stacked a certain way. And every Tuesday evening, something would be different. Not dramatically, just enough to make me question my own sanity. My husband insisted I was being paranoid when I suggested his mom might have a key. Why would my mother sneak into our house? That's insane. She lives 40 minutes away, except his mom had always been controlling. During our engagement, she'd shown up at my apartment unannounced 6 times, letting herself in with a key my husband had given her without telling me. When we bought our house, I'd made him promise she wouldn't have access. He swore she didn't, but the evidence kept mounting. One Tuesday, I came home to find my underwear drawer reorganized. Everything folded differently, sorted by color instead of type. My stomach dropped. I called my husband at work. "Someone's been in our house, in our bedroom." He sighed like I was exhausting him. "Maybe you reorganized it and forgot? Have you been sleeping okay?" The gaslighting made me feel like I was losing my mind. That weekend, I told my husband I needed to run errands. Instead, I drove to an electronics store and bought 2 hidden cameras. I installed one in the living room, disguised as a clock, and one in the hallway pointing at the front door. I didn't tell my husband. Something in my gut told me he wouldn't react well. The following Tuesday, I sat in my office unable to concentrate. At 10:30 a.m., my phone buzzed with a motion alert. I opened the camera app with shaking hands, and there she was. My mother-in-law, walking through our front door like she owned the place. She had a key in her hand, humming to herself as she locked the door behind her. I watched in real time as she moved through our house. She walked into the kitchen and opened the refrigerator, examining the contents and rearranging items. She ran her finger along the counters, frowning at something. Then she pulled out cleaning supplies from under our sink and started wiping things down. My cleaning wasn't good enough, apparently, but it got worse. She moved to the living room and started going through the mail on our coffee table, opening envelopes, reading our bills. She even opened a letter from my doctor's office. She picked up my journal from the end table and flipped through the pages. My private thoughts, my personal journal where I'd written about her, about the tension in our marriage, about everything. She read for 15 minutes. I could see her expression changing through the camera. Anger, disgust, satisfaction. She took photos of several pages with her phone, pages where I'd vented about feeling suffocated, where I'd written about arguments we'd had, where I'd admitted feeling uncertain about things. She was documenting everything, and I realized with growing horror that she was building a case against me. Then she carefully placed the journal back exactly where she'd found it, making sure it looked untouched. I couldn't fit what happens next in this short video. Watch the full story below.